All right, good evening. Welcome to this quick train SimWorld 2 video. We're going to do this westbound helper real quick. One of my friends on that watches streaming with me on, a couple other streamers on YouTube was having a bit of problems with the AC4400 setup. I want to do this too. It's going to be a quick 10-minute service. Only because I've not been in the 4400 in a while. The Dash 8, even though a lot of people are kind of like, not going to spend the extra money on the locomotive. It's easy to forget how to set up the 4400 because it's got this digital display where you have to change the brakes on the display. And it's easy to kind of forget how to do all that. So we're going to do this quick video. And then we'll be done. And I'm going to pop out and then end this stream. And I'm going to do another one for tomorrow for the German route Thursday. We'll do Rhine-Ruhr Austin. We're going to do that continuing service for that freight that we did this morning here. So we'll do another. It'll be for tomorrow morning as well. So anyway. So we'll get in here, get this whole thing set up. We're going to try to take our time setting it up because we're just going to fire these things up and hook them up to the back end of a train to go up the grade. So anyway, all right, let's get the lights on in here just so that we have a bit of, you can see where these are. But anyway, all right, so we're going to double check to make sure the reverser's already in, okay? But we have to make sure the air brakes are set up. So ideally what you're going to do is you're going to hit the IFD digit 1, and then you're going to go to cut in, cut out, which is F3. You're going to cut in. And you don't want to do trail, you want to switch it to lead, which is F4. And then you want to go to F6, save the changes. And then you're going to hit F8, which is exit. There you go. Now you can check that to make sure that you have everything set. I always double check it because sometimes I found in the past that for whatever reason, it may not save. So we're going to double check that again. So everything should be set, okay? So when we go to move, our brakes should be all to, what we want them to be. Okay, we're going to find out here in just a moment. We're going to release the brakes. It's just this locomotive and one more behind it, which might be an SD40. No, it's also a 44, but we're all set here. We'll get the lights on as well, just so that everybody knows that we're there, we're on our way. The only other thing I sometimes forget to turn on here, there's a switch right. Turn on the field generator there. And then gauge lights, we'll put those on. And then one other thing too that I always like to do. Let's see. Anyway, all right. I think we're good to go. All right, so we should be all set. We're going to power up, and as soon as we there we go. Now, if you don't have those set correctly, right, you're not going to be able to move at all. So that, oops, I'm down speed. So if you don't have those set correctly, you're not gonna, you're gonna be, it's like at a standstill. So it's like I said, it's very easy to forget how to set it up. So yeah, that's what That's what I found. Because I think some time ago before I started doing the streams, I did do something with the 4400, and completely I was like, why am I not going forward? And something's not right. That's what it generally is that brake setup is it's easy to overlook it, because you know you're used to just a switch somewhere else, you know. So, but anyway, we're gonna let's take a look at our oops. Go ahead and get these all kind of set up here. Probably speeding, but that's okay. Alright, so anyway, so yeah, that's how that goes. We're just gonna go ahead and get this knocked out since we're already here. It shouldn't take very long to do. Let's see, if we go along, if we follow this along, maybe it'll give us a clue as to where our this one here, it says 42 vehicles, so I'm guessing it's one of those three. Anyway. Now, of course, you can always redo the tutorial, but it's, you know, in case you forget or whatever, you can always refer back to this video. It'll be on my YouTube channel after I get done here. I'll post it tonight before as soon as I'm done, and I'm gonna get like I said, I'm gonna get that other service done on Austin, and so yeah, I'll get all that wrapped up here within the next hour or so, and that'll be that. Hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday evening. Had a pretty productive day, classes. That's the other thing too. Always check to make sure your banking radio's on, especially if you got if you're going to be at the front of a load of trains, you know, leading it. I think in order to get some kind of assistance with the you know, the back end, the banking locomotives, you should always have that radio on, just so that you get a when you say you need braking or whatever, or not that you save it, but I always throw it on just to be on the safe side. Of course, newer, the Dash 8 is the older model of this. I like them both. I mean, they're both good. I totally missed something, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now, of course, when you're in this locomotive, when you're doing the when you're hooked up to your cars, it's going to take a bit of time sometimes for the brakes to release. So it's not like an instantaneous sort of thing. So I just got to get back here just a bit. It's easy to mess up these signals sometimes. Alright, now we should be ready to go. Or not signals, the switches, I should say. I think I caught that before I got too far. So I was like, wait a minute, why is it going past? Oh boy, well, so much for a quick 10-minute video, huh? That's alright. It's not the end of the world. I know, sometimes I'll forget. I'll like, wait a minute, I thought I switched everything. Start going down wrong ways and stuff. As long as you catch it in time. I don't want to go too far away. Like if I'd gone all the way around all the way over here or something and down there and then realize, wait a minute, where's my stop? A bit embarrassing. So a nice little after midnight, almost 1 o'clock in the morning here in Cumberland Patch, or Cumberland Yard, yeah. Unless it could be Cumberland Patch. I'm thinking of the sand patch. Okay, so we're going to switch. Go. All right. First hit. Right outside here. Nice clear, somewhat clear, a little bit of haze there in the sky. Nothing that keeps us from the moon there. About 3/4, I guess. The yard, that's one thing about this yard is very well lit. Even, you know, got the lights on. So yeah, we would be the tail. It looks like we're the tail locomotives to go up towards top of the sand patch grade there. So I don't know if it's like all coal. I guess we'll find out here shortly when we get close to it. If it's all coal or if it's just heavy, very heavy freight in general. But they're going to need some banking assistance to get up the grade. Again, once you connect, you don't have to get out and connect anything. Everything just kind of magically goes into place. I don't know if that would be very time consuming if you had to unplug things and plug it in the right spot and all that. I'm sure it's much more, there's a lot to it that, you know, they just kind of automate for us in the game. So but that's okay. Now, of course, the other thing I was just thinking about is that those screens, even though they have like the zoom in function with the camera when you're sitting in the cab, you can zoom in on things. Sometimes it's not very easy to read those buttons to set up, but yeah, it just takes a bit of practice, and this is one of those routes that's very well made, I think. You know, as far as the scenery goes and the lighting, you know, the atmosphere of it is just really well done. Whether it's raining or snowing or sunny or just, you know, like this, it's just a little bit of clouds, but you got all the stars and whatnot. It's not a route that many people like because it takes so long to do the services. So again, it's easy to forget how to do, you know, things like setting up the cab and whatnot. It's all the wagons. Looks like mixed freight on here for what we're connected to. There must be a lot of, it must be heavy. Everything must be full. Need. Now it could be just be too that I grabbed this, but in the actual service you may get a different locomotive than the 4400s at the back. I just figured this was an easy thing to do, so. Bam, there we go. And that's that. Boy, speeding a couple times there. Whew. That's silver, of course. All right, yeah, probably because I missed the the thing and had to back up. But anyway, so there you go. And hopefully that helps. You can refer to it as many times as you want. So, all right, I will see you shortly on Rhine River Austin. All right, see ya.